due to bad transmission of the previous video, now the same topic is uploaded. Now we go to the chapter number 2, the linear equation in one variable. So an equation involving only linear polynomial is called a linear equation. Now let us have this equation: 3x minus 2 is equal to 0 and 5y minus 7 is equal to 0. See, in both the equations, in the first equation the variable concerned is x, and in the second equation the variable is y. See, the power of x in the first equation, it is 1. See, the power of y in the second equation, it is also 1. So we say that those two equations are linear equations. Now we go for the definition of a solution. A value of the variable which makes the equation a true statement is called a solution. Right. So finding the solution, we have two methods. One is the inverse method and the other one is transposition method or transpose method, we say. And this inverse method needs more steps to do it. We follow the transpose method. In the transpose method, the left side, if you have a addition symbol or the integers with addition as an operator, it will be transposed to subtraction, and in the case of subtraction it is transposed to addition, and in case of multiplication it is transformed to division, and in the case of division it is transformed to multiplication. We will pass on to the exercise 2.1. We are going to find solution for these equations given. The first question is x minus 2 is equal to 7. See, on my left I have a negative integer or a rational number as 2. Now I need to bring this minus 2 to my right. So when this minus integer is transformed into plus integer, right? Minus 2, when it comes to your right, it becomes plus 2. So x on your left and this minus 2 transformed into plus 2 on your right. So it becomes x is equal to 7 plus 2. So x becomes 9. Now we go to the fourth question. It is given as 3 by 7 plus x is 17 by 7. See, on the left we have plus 3 by 7. Now it is getting transformed to your right. So it becomes minus 3 by 7. So x is equal to 17 by 7 minus 3 by 7. That goes around 14 by 7, which is 2. Now we go to the fifth question. It is 6x is equal to 12. See, that x is multiplied by 6. So the product becomes 6x, that is given as 12. So that multiplication 6, when it gets transposed to your right, it becomes a division 6. So it becomes 12 by 6, that gives you 2. Now we go to the sixth question. It is given as t by 5 is equal to 10. See, you can write that t by 5 as t times of 1 by 5, which is equal to 10. Now you take that 1 by 5 to your right, so it gets reciprocated. Or we can say that the division 5, when it crosses the equal to sign, it becomes a multiplicative 5. So it becomes t is equal to 10 into 5 by 1. So t becomes 50. Now we go to the seventh question. It is 2 by 3 times of x. That goes around 18. So here that x is multiplied by 2 by 3. So you take the 2 by 3 to your right, so it becomes 3 by 2. So x is equal to 18 into 3 by 2, that gives you 27. Now we go to the ninth question. It is given as 7x minus 9 as 16. Now you bring that minus 9 on your left to your right, it becomes plus 9. So it becomes 16 plus 9, that becomes 25. So 7x becomes 25, so x becomes 25 by 7. Now we go to the 12th question of this exercise. It is x by 3 plus 1 is 7 by 15. So keep that x by 3 over there, bring that 1 on your right, so it becomes 7 by 15 minus 1. So x by 3 becomes 7 minus 15 by 15. It goes around minus 8 by 15. So you can write that x by 3 as x into 1 by 3. That is equal to minus 8 by 15. So x becomes minus 8 by 15 into 3 by 1. That gives you minus 8 by 5. So we come to the end of the first exercise 2.1. We pass on to the next exercise 2.2. So in this exercise we will be dealing with word problems. First you need to read the problem, comprehend the problem, and you have to frame the equation and then solve the equation. Right. The first question goes like this. If you subtract 1 by 2 from a number and multiply the result by 1 by 2, you get 1 by 8. What is the number? So let us take the unknown number as x. We can write it as the number required be x. So you are supposed to subtract 1 by 2 from it. So the first step goes like this. It is x minus 1 by 2. Now the second step says that multiply the result by 1 by 2. So you multiply that x minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. And it is given that when you do this, you will get the result as 1 by 8. So equate it to 1 by 8. So it becomes 1 by 2 times of x minus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 8. So bring that 1 by 2 on your right. So it becomes 1 by 8 into 2 by 1. That gives you 1 by 4. So your x becomes 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2. That becomes 3 by 4. So the number required is 3 by 4. Now we go to the second question of the exercise. The question is, perimeter of a rectangular swimming pool is 154 meter. Its length is 2 meter, more than twice its breadth. What are the length and the breadth of the pool? So here we are given a rectangular pool, right? So the dimension of the rectangle will be length and breadth. So we keep our breadth as x meter. So it is given that the length is 2 meter, more than twice its breadth. So it becomes 2x plus 2. 2 times of x plus 2. That is the length. Now you know the perimeter of the rectangle is, the formula to calculate the perimeter of the rectangle is 2 times of L plus B. It is given by data, it is 154 meter. So substitute your length and breadth in this above formula. So it becomes 2 into 2x plus 2 plus x, that gives 154. So add that inside the bracket. So it becomes 3x plus 2. So 2 times of 3x plus 2 is 154. So 3x plus 2, bring that multiplication to this side, so it becomes a division 2, so that goes around 154 by 2, which is 77. So 3x plus 2 is 77, so 3x becomes 77 minus 2, which gives you 75. So 3x is 75, so x becomes 75 by 3, that becomes 25. So your x is nothing but your breadth. Breadth is 25 meter. Now we have taken our length as 2 times of x plus 2. So it becomes 2 times of 25 plus 2. So it becomes 52 meter. See, add the length and the breadth. 25 plus 52 will give you 77. The perimeter is given as 154. So 2 times of your 77 gives you 154 meter, which is your answer. The fourth question of the exercise is this. Sum of two numbers be 95. If one exceeds the other by 15, find the numbers. Now let us have the numbers as x. First number as x and the second number as 15 more than that x. So it becomes x plus 15. It is given that their sum is 95. So add those two numbers. So it becomes x plus 15. That goes around 95. So 2x becomes 95 minus 15, which is 80. So x becomes 80 by 2, that gives you 40. So your first number is 40, the second number is 15 more than your first number, so it is 55. When you add 40 and 55, you will get 95. The fifth question goes like this. Two numbers are in the ratio 5:3. If they differ by 18, what are the numbers? So let us take the numbers as 5x and 3x. The first number be 5x and the second number be 3x. We are given that the difference is 18. So you take it as 5x minus 3x is 18. So 2x becomes 18. So x becomes 9. So your first number is 5x. So 5 times of 9, that is 45. Your second number is 3x. So 3 times of 9, that will give you 27. See the difference between 45 and 27, it is 18. So your answer is right. Now we go to the sixth question of this exercise. 3 consecutive integers add up to 51. What are these integers? Right, you know the meaning of the word consecutive is nothing but successive, right? So we take the 3 consecutive integers as follows. The first one as x, the second one is x plus 1, the next integer. The third one is x plus 1, which is nothing but x plus 2. So it is given that the sum of those 3 consecutive integers is 51. So add all the integers that you have taken. X plus 1 plus x plus 2, that is equal to 51. So 3x plus 3 becomes 51. So 3x is equal to 51 minus 3. So it becomes 48. and x becomes 48 by 3, which becomes 16. So the required numbers are 16, 16 plus 1 and 16 plus 2. So it becomes 16, 17 and 18. Here this plus 3 comes over here, so it becomes minus 3. So it becomes 3x minus 48. That is 3x is equal to 51 minus 3. So it becomes 3x as 48. So you will get the answer as 16, 17 and 18. Now we go to the 7th question of the exercise. The sum of 3 consecutive multiples of 8 is 888. Find the multiples. Now we take the multiples of 8 now. The first multiple as 8x. The second multiple will be 8 more than that. So it becomes 8x plus 8. The third multiple will be 8x plus a plus 8. So it becomes 8x plus 16. It is given that the sum is 888. So 8x plus 8 plus 8x plus 16, that is equal to 888. So add it up. 24x plus 24 is equal to 888. 24x becomes 888 minus 24. So 24x is equal to 864. So x becomes 864 by 24. So x is equal to 36. So the first multiple is 8x. So it is 8 into 36, that goes around 288. The second multiple is 8x plus 8. So it is 288 plus 8. So it is 296. The third multiple is 8x plus 16, which is 288 plus 16, that goes around 304. When you add up all these things, you will get the sum as 888. So the integers required are 288, 296 and 304.